Well, folks, it looks like they are back. The anti-alien thugs from the Pyro system, known as Threat, are once again threatening the good citizens of our Stanton system, and it looks like once again we will have to go to the MiG L1 Lagrange points to drive them away. That's right, Cloud Imperial Games just reactivated their veteran dynamic event yet for another time that we stopped counting at this point. Now, it's interesting to point out that they are alternating these events between Jumptown and this Geno threat here, while there are other events that players enjoy as well. Of course, we know that this quarter they will not be reactivating the Siege of Orison because they did not add the changes and polish they wanted to, therefore negating the potential acquisition of new data that would prevent them from further improving the overall player experience. But there is another dynamic event that does exist, that used to be available and that we haven't seen in a very long time, and that is, of course, the Ninetales Lockdown event. Now, for those of you who may not know what this event is, because perhaps you joined the project after the last time it was played, this event puts players against one another in the particular scenario in which a gang in this case, is blockading a station, and players can choose which side they would take. They can side with the lawful side and attempt to remove the blockade while supplying the blockaded station with medical supplies, or they can choose to support the criminals and destroy any attempts at breaking the blockade. Once the blockade has been eliminated, or enough supplies have been brought to the station, the event is over. Vice versa, once the station has been blockaded enough and lawful ships have been destroyed, the criminals win. I personally really liked this dynamic event because it was quite a change compared to what we are normally used to. Except for Jumptown, those dynamic events tend to be PvE, players versus environments, or NPCs. In Geno Threat and the Siege of Orison, we do not have the option to officially join the criminals, and so players who engage in these events usually do it to fight NPCs, get a nice payout, and finish the mission and have fun killing those NPCs. The Ninetales Lockdown is much different than that. Here we can decide to shoot NPCs, but the real thrill are PvP interactions, especially when lawful and unlawful players fight outside of the blockaded station. However, there is one more factor that we should not forget, which makes this event unique, and that is the cargo running aspect of the mission. To break the blockade, remember that we must also deliver some medical supplies, and that these medical supplies are paid with an extra, meaning that players can make a substantial profit if they can deliver those goods to the station. To give you an idea, a fully loaded C2 Hercules can make a profit of about 2 million Alpha UEC, which is about twice what we would normally make with such a ship. In the past, this part of the mission was rather overlooked by criminal players because looking for cargo holders was rather tedious and did not earn as much as just killing NPCs. However, a lot has changed since the last time the Ninetales Lockdown event has ran, and persistent entity streaming along with physicalized cargo have made their way into the game, which is something that we need to keep in mind here because it means that we can now loot cargo containers, and this, to me, is a game changer because given the amount of medical supplies that are being transported during each event and their worth, it means that criminals will have the potential to make million Alpha UECs from looting destroyed cargo holders, and this in fact, is something that might also change the way the players will approach the cargo loading aspect of the dynamic event. With piracy now being a fully fledged profession in Star Citizen, transporting medical supplies alone in the cargo ship will no longer be a simple task that peaceful players would do to make a quick buck, as it was the case before. Instead, these players will be sought after targets, and those without the proper escort and a crew of gunners will be at risk of losing significant part of their investment. This will also give more opportunities for lawful pilots who will be able to be hired for doing what they like to do best, PvP. There would be only one catch here, and that would be the price of these escorts. Of course, they will be rightfully requesting a part of the lion's share when it comes to the trader's payout, so I think that profits would have to be increased more by Cloud Imperial Games in order to make it financially interesting for traders to deliver those medical supplies while still hiring a crew and some escort. So there you have it, guys. The one dynamic event that Cloud Imperial Games seems to have forgotten about. Personally, I don't understand why we haven't seen its return, given the fact that the game is now radically different from what it used to be in the last time that it was active. Sure, it seems that the Ninetales Lockdown was the least popular dynamic event when it was up, but that was because its gameplay was also more limited than it currently is right now. And given the changes that have occurred in the Persistent universe, I think that it would make sense for Cloud Imperial Games to give it a shot and reactivate it to see if players would enjoy it now. I am personally convinced that the experience will be far more interesting than it currently is. Not to mention that with all the wrecks that will remain after the event, the area around the space station would be a heaven for salvagers looking to make a quick buck off the carnage, and pirates looking to make a quick buck out of those salvagers. But let me know in the comment section down below, how do you feel about the potential return of the Ninetales lockdown? Was this an event that you enjoyed? Would you like it to come back in Alpha 3.20 or even 3.19? What changes would you like Cloud Imperial Games to make? I can't wait to check out your reactions in the comment section and resume the discussion here. And now, it's time to announce the winners of last month's giveaways. Congratulations to Yoshi for winning the Miara Fury, Dirty SVG Harry for winning the Lynx, and Surgeon's Loot for winning the Storm. If you too want to enter our Discord giveaways, all you have to do is to become a Patreon member or a YouTube member and enter your name over there for an automatic entry. Or you can also join for free via our video sharing contest. This month, thanks to Predator Mounts, we are giving away an RSI Scorpius with LTI again, and make sure to check out Predator Mounts if you're looking for solutions to properly install your joysticks on your desk. More information in the description down below. Thank you so much to Dr. Frobin, Zero Crusher, and Deplorably Fidel. I've been Irad, and I will see you guys later.